Guys, we're back here with another episode of the Spotlight. We're here with Laiyng. How you feeling?
Hi, Jordan. Well, honestly, I'm feeling kind of nervous, but I really appreciate the invite.
No problem. I always start off with naming uh, the accolades that my guests have, and I have yours right here, and I read them, and then you let me know if they're correct, because sometimes they do mess them up.
Okay.
So we have 2018-2019 season. You were named Great Midwest Athlete Conference Freshman of the Year, voted first team All Conference. 2020-2021 year, named the Great Midwest Athletic Conference Player of the Year, voted first team All Conference. And
Yes.
then last season, named Division II Academic Scholar Athlete by the Intercollegiate Tennis Association. That sound correct to you?
All of them are correct.
So how did you get to that point to where you were that successful and meeting your goals in order to get these accolades?
Well, actually, I feel like since back home, like before coming here, I feel like my goal was always like trying to work hard to like achieve those goals. And I feel like always my mindset during practice was always like to um take one more step.
Mm,
And I feel like here when I came to Finley, like my mindset like didn't change, like it was the same. I feel like I tried to work hard every time, like even I think we had those opportunities where it was like voluntary workouts, or even like when we had like a little snow, that it was like, okay guys, I don't think we're gonna have practice, but if you want to, you can go.
yeah.
So I feel like it was like the situations that I really wanted to like keep pushing forward.
Mm,
And I think the hard work like paid off.
that's good. Where exactly are you from? Like the exact area?
I'm from Venezuela in South America.
Okay. What got you here at Finley? Like, were you looking at multiple schools, and like, what made you say Finley is this place for me?
Yes. So long story short, as tennis players, or in this case as internationals, what we do is like trying to have like a recording video and also like a resume, like in a letter. So I was just sending like a lot of emails to all the coaches, like D1, D2, NCAA, NAIA. So it was like just trying to find like a good offer,
Mm,
until I found Finley, where actually it didn't work like the first time, but then I had like a FaceTime with the assistant coach where we like talk, trying to find the best way like for both of us like to work out.
yeah,
And like finally we got like to a decision where I ended up here, and honestly I feel like it's been like a great opportunity so far.
that's good. So when did you start playing tennis? Like the first time, like you grabbed the tennis racket and figured out that that was your sport.
So I was 3. I actually, yeah, like I grew up in the sport. My family has a tennis academy back home, and all of my aunts and uncles like they play tennis. But my parents, they are the only ones that they don't know about the sport. But like I feel like because I was the only niece, and like in this case like granddaughter too, I feel like they got me very involved in the sport. And I guess like since that moment that I grabbed the racket, um I never like stopped playing. I think like um as like the difference like between like, let's say like my country and like here, I know like you guys got the opportunity like to play in high school with a lot of sports.
Yeah,
I feel like for me it was like only that sport, because if you like dedicate your time to another one, I don't think you're gonna be able to play another one. So
yeah.
it's like only like one choice. So I feel like I stick to the sport, and like honestly like it was the best option.
Okay, um, do you look up to anybody as far as professional tennis players? Like, is there anybody that you look at and like uh watch them and try to kind of mimic what they do?
Yeah. So, for example, like maybe when I was like 15, that I started like watching the tennis matches like more in an analytical way, because I feel like since I was little I always follow Roger Federer. Like he has always been my idol in that way. But I feel like when I start like watching tennis matches just to like learn, just to like think maybe I can do the same thing, maybe I can improve this part. And I feel like it's more like trying to find like that strategy like to put in practice, and also like to maybe improve the game like when I have a match. So I feel like it's more like in the guys side, like in the
Mm,
women's side I feel like maybe Serena has always been like also like part of like those idols like while I was growing up. And I feel like, I mean, of course they are like the greatest of all time. So
yeah. Back home, do you visit there often? And like when you go back, is it like do you play against your aunties and uncles, the ones that you said put you got you into tennis? Do you ever like practice with them, or do they still practice with you?
I mean, like I played with them before coming here, but like
No, they don't.
I haven't gone back
Oh,
home.
you haven't been back since?
No.
Oh, so you stay here the throughout the whole summer, like you've been here ever since.
Yeah.
Do you ever plan on going back home?
I wish. I don't know honestly, like when are gonna be like those plans.
Mm,
But hopefully, I know like recently I saw them. Like I had the opportunity like to see them in Florida. So
mm,
hopefully for winter, like I'm gonna have the opportunity to see them again. And yeah, like for sure we're gonna play a lot of tennis.
yeah, that's good. Do they like with your tennis matches? How do your parents get to watch them? Do they get to see them on TV, or do you send it to them?
Well, it depends because actually, we don't have streaming in our matches. We're
Oh,
trying to work on that.
yeah,
But honestly, I feel like it's better for my parents, like, to keep learning about tennis, because I know, like, before coming here, I was, like, trying to explain them because they were not that good with the score and all of
yeah.
that. But I know, like, they're trying to learn more with my brother. But I think maybe two or three of the matches that we had this season, we were able to have streaming on that,
Mm.
and I think they had the opportunity to watch that match.
Oh, do you like have people other than streaming? Do y'all have people like just out there filming it for you guys to look at it?
So one of my teammates, she graduated this past semester. She was my doubles partner. Her name is Sammy, and she was a computer science major, so I feel like she was the perfect person to do this. And she was the one that used her phone like through, I think, like a Facebook Live, and I think that was like a very good idea, like for a lot of us that are internationals. And I
Mm,
feel like a lot of those parents like were able like to see him, to see us play.
yeah,
And it was, yeah, like it was a good opportunity for my parents like to watch that match.
yeah, yeah. I feel like they should film you guys' matches like live stream all the time, uh, cause you guys win. So I feel like y'all deserve it. Um, have y'all talked to anybody about it? Like trying to like,
We have work on that,
yeah,
but I know it's not like anyone's fault. I think it's because for like all those good streamings, you need to have like, I guess, good signal, and also like
okay,
good like internet. And I think like right now, like where we play our home matches, like that is the why. I don't think it's like, I guess it's like too heavy.
yeah,
So they're trying like to work on that, like trying to see like the different ideas to have streaming for the future matches.
your home game is at Armstrong, right? Or is it at a different place?
It depends on the temperature. Most of
Oh,
the time, our season is at the YMCA in East Branch, but normally around April, the weather like gets better, so I think we have the opportunity to play in Armstrong.
okay. So if you were to say like who you do it for, like who is it like either back home or even here, like who would you say motivates you the most to be great or like to keep going and keep pushing to be better?
Um, I feel like I have maybe like a multiple answer for this one because I feel like first of all, like I always say that without God I wouldn't be here.
Mm,
Like I feel like because of him, like I can be here, like, and I have like achieved all of these things. I feel like my parents for sure because they always like supported me and they always like able like to do any sacrifice just for me to be here. Same thing with my family, like from the tennis academy, because they brought like all those sources that I actually needed, like for all my tournaments and like
mm,
for all the equipment that I like had. But I feel like so, and a special mention, I will say my uncle. He was my coach, competition coach. Sadly, he passed away like in 2018 before I came here. So, I feel like a lot of the things that I have done, like I always say, like I wish he will be like here,
mm,
like to like for me to be able to share with him.
yeah,
But I know like you know it depends on like where he is right now. But I feel like he's proud of like what I have done. But I feel like a lot of the things that keeps me like working and motivating me, it's always like how the situation of my country is going on right now,
mm,
because I feel like it was something that we have, I think we worked since, I don't know, maybe my junior year in high school, because I know that I was not gonna be able like to keep like continue my future back
yeah,
home. So I feel like I mentioned before, like the sacrifice that we all had, like for me to be here, and I don't think I can. I don't think I have to like waste the opportunity
yeah,
because I know like how a lot of people like are working hard for the same thing. Like I don't think it will be fair for me like to have this and like wasted it. So that's why I feel like I'm very grateful and like blessed for this university.
yeah. That's a blessing. And glad that you're taking full advantage of the opportunity because a lot of people not in the situation you are tend to take advantage of like getting an opportunity and not take it serious. When there's a lot of people out here that don't get the opportunity that you get, and obviously you have taken the opportunity and did and doing great with it, and as keep on going as I see. Um, so speaking of that, like for your goals this season, like what would you? Because I know how you did last season, and then how you did the season before. Like, how do you set your goals for the next season? Do you go based on um, last season's goals or accomplishments, or do you just set them as you go along?
I will say that for me, like one of the most important things is to be able to set goals where all my teammates are on the same page.
Mm,
So I feel like these at least these past 2 years we have been like so close like to win the conference
mm,
tournament, and I feel like that goal hasn't changed. Like we have maybe added like some goals, but I feel like that one is still the most important. Um, Last this season we got the opportunity to go for the first time to regionals, and I feel like our next goal will be like go to nationals.
mm,
And I feel like as my like point of view is like trying to keep working to stay like in the top lines for doubles and singles, and also um trying like to win those like three things, like conference tournament, like regular season, conference tournament, regionals, and then go to nationals.
okay. So with the nationals, how much pressure is that? Is it like all the teams from like all the people from across America coming to one tournament, or is it like the best out of the D2s?
So I think how that works is that after winning the conference, depending on the region that you are, you go to regionals, and I think you get maybe like one or two teams that win regionals, and then from there, those teams are qualified to go to nationals. So honestly, I don't know what's the total of teams. I'm pretty sure if I remember, they were like maybe 10, 12. I don't know. Like,
Uh,
I know I could be wrong,
yeah.
but it's not like a lot of them.
Can you go to nationals by yourself, or do you, or is the you have to win as a whole entire team?
You could go by yourself. The people that go to play singles and doubles, it depends. It's based on the ranking. So
Okay.
you have to be in the, I think, in the first top 15 to go to that. And I think it's the same thing for doubles. So if you win regionals, you as a team, and you go for singles and doubles by ranking.
Okay. Singles or doubles? Which one you like better?
Tough question. I think I used to love singles a lot,
Uh,
but I remember that my uncle always said that dolls were very important, and I feel like I had that in my head like since freshman year, and I feel like I have focused more on like improving my doubles game, and I think right now I will say doubles.
doubles. Like, do you play up front or in the back, or do you switch?
So how that works is like it depends on the points because you're always gonna play both.
Yeah.
But personally, I like more the front because I like more the volley.
Yeah. Cause I had a class that I had to do tennis in. I wasn't good at it at all, but I was getting the ball over the net sometimes. But yeah, I couldn't get a hang of it like that. Cause I try to hit the ball too hard, and it's flying over the fence or flying out of bounds, stuff like that. But that's
Well,
that's
now you
nothing.
know we can work on that.
Yeah, cause I do want to get better at that. Cause I'll probably put my kids in it when I get older. Cause tennis seems like a cool sport to play. So yeah, that's so when you reach your goals, you say you had your goals conference. You said win the regular season conference, and then go to nationals. Um, when it's coming getting closer and closer, and you realize that the goals you set are you reaching them, and like does it affect you up here? Like how do you feel? Like do you feel real excited, or is it like I always do this. I'm used to it. Like how do you celebrate winning as much as you do?
I feel like it's like a lot of things on it, like a lot of feelings. I feel like when we get closer to it, um, I have always said that something that my uncle always reminded me, and it's like if you don't feel like the real adrenaline when you go to a match, it's because you don't care anymore.
Right.
So like it's very normal when you like when you get very nervous, like when you like get like that anxiety, that emotion, like before the match. And I feel like that's why you need to like warm up to like leave everything there so you can be ready for the match. um, Something that our coach always reminds us is like energy is very contagious.
Yeah.
Like I totally agree. I feel like when we go like for that doubles point and we're always like ready, celebrating, like um being supporting like each other on the court.
Mm,
I feel like maybe I can say that I'm maybe the loudest teammate, I guess,
mm,
because I feel like every time that I win a point, like I try to like shout it out, like
yeah.
maybe to sometimes drain, sometimes to celebrate, but also maybe to distract my opponent. So
Yeah.
that's very helpful. But I feel like either way, I feel like you can get the experience like based on the years that you have been playing,
Mm,
but there's always like a match that you're always gonna learn from it. Like it's not like maybe you can be used to it, but I feel like that will be more like a lie
yeah.
because like it doesn't matter. Like every match is different. Like I can maybe play with the same girl, but you know that you don't know what's gonna happen, so
Yeah.
it can be different every time.
Yeah, that's crazy. You said that your uncle told you that once you don't have that adrenaline rushing or that nervousness when you gotta meet, it's like you don't love it anymore. Like, are you? How long do you think you want to play tennis before that even happens, or before you even think about that stopping playing?
Maybe you don't plan for it. I will say that maybe you don't notice in the moment, but I feel like for us as student athletes, in the moment that you get injured and you spend like the first day without being in practice,
Mm,
and you are like, coach, like I'm ready,
yeah.
and it's like you're not, you're injured,
Mm,
but it's because you love the sport, it's because you cannot be away from it.
yeah.
So sometimes I can say, like, for all of us, like, mental health is very important.
Yeah.
And I feel like lately I have been like having those maybe mental confrontations too, because I'm like, okay, maybe I'm getting like tired at some point, like because I'm having like a lot of things to do. But sometimes I imagine, okay, like this is my senior year, what's gonna happen afterwards?
Yeah.
Like, what would I do if I don't play tennis anymore?
Right.
Like, I feel like something is missing. I feel like I need to add this to my routine. Like, it doesn't matter like if in 5 years, 10 years, like having like a regular job and I'm like, you know what, I need time to play tennis,
Yeah.
because it's like I was like thinking about this recently, because I was just imagining like, okay, maybe next year we're gonna have the senior day and all of that, but I don't know what's gonna happen when I get the chance to basically like hold my racket in the wall and be like,
Yeah.
okay, it's done.
So when you're done playing tennis here at Finley, what do you want them to say about you, or like what legacy do you want to leave here at Finley?
Um, so something that I was like talking with one of my teammates is that um we want to like reach those goals, and even if we don't, I feel like we were the pioneers of like a lot of the things that the tennis team didn't do in the past. So I feel like having, for the first time, freshman of the year, player of the year, going to regionals, winning regular season, um getting into the finals for the ITAs, the Mancuso Award. Like, I feel like a lot of things that the tennis team has done so far, um, it's like an accomplishment, and
Mm,
I feel like we are like, we're gonna be those people that in 50 years we're gonna be like, yeah, we were part of that team.
yeah.
So I feel like the legacy that I would like to leave here is that we have worked so hard to get like that, maybe recognition, like that respect from all the other teams, the other coaches, and like the university in general. And I feel like I really love like the people around us, and I think we cannot like ruin that bond. We have
Yeah.
to like keep working on it and trying to inspire the upcoming freshmen that we know we're gonna have on the team, like to try to inspire them and like try to um let them know that the journey is really quick, really fast, and I feel like they have to like take advantage of like every practice and try to like pursue that goal to represent the university in the best way.
That's good. That's good. Do you have any rivals?
What do you mean?
Like, is there any schools or like any people in specific that you about to play next week, um, and you get pumped up more than a regular match? Like, is there any school or any person that you like? I'm ready for them. I gotta beat them every time.
I'm like, I think we know the answer for that. I think like all the teams know. I think we have the same rival, but I feel like for sure it has to be between Tiffin and Walsh.
Yeah, Tiffin.
Yeah.
You be winning, right though?
We won the regular season. Sadly, we lost in the conference tournament.
Like, was it like did they come better than they were in the season, or was it just like it was just a good game or a good match?
I think like because I will say there was a point where, because we were thinking that we won during the regular season, and they came like thinking we lost, so we have to like go with everything.
Yeah.
So I feel like everybody gave their best, but for sure they played better that day.
So what does it take to be great at tennis? Like everything that goes into your everyday routine, practice, games, not even just practicing with the team, like practicing on your own, getting extra drills, working out in the weight room. Like, what does it take to be where you are right now?
Um, I have always said that attitude is very important. I think we have like a motto, like in our academy, that it was like, um, there was, I mean, I don't know actually how to translate this word, but it was more like attitude and heart, because I feel like growing up, maybe I was not good like at all, but I feel like because I really wanted to play tennis, I really wanted to be on the competition court, I really wanted to be like in the good group. um I tried to show that I really, um that I was really happy like to be there. But sometimes because my coach were like, you're not ready yet, I
Mm,
feel like just showing him that I was like working even more than they said, um and like showing him that I was like demonstrating him that I can be able to be part of the same crew.
mm,
It was like what motivated me like every single day to keep working hard and like try to be part of like that core. And here in Finley, it's the same thing. I feel like maybe you're gonna have those days where you're not feeling good,
yeah,
but like sometimes my coach said like fake it until you make it. Like even if you're not having a good day, not having a good practice, just pretend that you're doing good. Like
yeah,
just have like a positive mindset. Just like try to get back to the base, get back to the basic, and try to find what's the reason behind why you actually start to play the sport. What's the reason why you're here in Finley? So I feel like there's, like I mentioned before, it's not only like maybe you don't feel like that adrenaline again, like oh I don't care, but sometimes like it's very important to know why you actually start.
mm,
And I feel like, for me, like during all these years is like trying to, even though sometimes when I'm tired I can say like, you know what, coach, like I just want the best for the team, like I don't care like if I don't make the lineup, like I just want the other ones to play, like let the others play. But I feel like if I feel that I'm not gonna play, I feel like that's gonna make me like work again to like get the spot that I really want.
mm. Well, I want to say thanks for coming on the show. Uh, the journey you have had is inspirational for those who are younger or even those that are the same age. But those that are younger gonna look up to you and look at you as the way to do it the right way. You know, because I always like to like our coach tell us older guys to set the way for the younger people, so that they know the way of the program since we've been here for a while. Like you've been here for a while as well, and I feel like you set a great example for them. I just thank you for coming on the show.
No, I really appreciate your invite.